What are those chunks?
Just chunks that are sucking off the bottom of the header tank.
What are you doing?
I'm just, I did a full flush on this thing. I've been trying to solve the cooling problem, so I drained all the coolant out. And now I've got to exchange part of it for the antifreeze.
Smells weird.
So I've been trying to solve this engine cooling problem. I've gone through various steps. Last year I took apart the heat exchanger and everything. Everything was cleaned out, flushed. I did do a full flush on the freshwater cooling part of the side, which is the antifreeze side. And that was just recently. And then now I got to put some antifreeze back in. But I was talking to my buddy, and he hangs out on Trawler Forum, and there's some Perkins guru on there that says you got to, sometimes the injection elbow, where the raw water goes into the exhaust elbow, plugs up, so it could be corroded or something in there. I find that unusually difficult to believe, other than if it was, it couldn't even really be debris, because we have a raw water strainer, but things got silty when we got hauled off that shoal that time. Train of thought left the station. Yeah, anyway, it's hot and we're working on the boat.
Hot and smoky.
Smoky too. It's hard to breathe here in California, but I'm going to take this hose. If you look right here, I've got the hose clamp disconnected. This hose goes into that foil wrapped exhaust elbow, and that's the injection point. I'm going to take that off and see what it looks like inside and make sure that it hasn't corroded and restricted flows, because my buddy was saying it looks like water comes out the actual exhaust end outside the through hole of the boat, but it could be restricted here. And he says those Perkins, they really like water flow, and a little bit will cause them to run hot. Oh shit. I'm gonna have a seizure.
Are you on a bicycle?
This is clean, but I can see all the way down the exhaust port, and it is not blocked at all. This is the wet muffler, and the bottom had rusted out. But I had this whole thing out of the boat, checked it for sediment and silt blocking the flow. This is the hose that comes from the back of the heat exchanger right down here. This is gonna push water through the heat exchanger. I was thinking about, I just wanted to run it with this hose off just to see how much water actually comes out of this thing.
I hear water.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, there wasn't a whole, I mean, I don't know if there was supposed to be a lot or a little. I don't want to run it because obviously the exhaust is coming out this hole.
Yeah, I smell it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
It's straight engine exhaust. It's not going out the back of the boat because it's not being pushed with water. Let's try it again. Try it again. I'm getting water flow.
Yeah.
No, it just doesn't seem like a lot.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna open up the raw water strainer. Man, my eyes are burning from all this freaking exhaust.
Do you have one of those wood bungs just in case?
Yeah, actually I do.
Close by, I mean, you know where it is.
Be right back here.
So you might want to have it in place just in case something happens.
I'm right back here with a bunch of shit piling on top of it.
That's kind of what I was thinking. You know which one fits?
I'll figure it out. Depends on what breaks off. This is the raw water strainer. So there's some schmutz down in here.
Not a lot though.
No, but it's gross. So there's a little drain port on the bottom of this raw water strainer. There's a little bit of sediment. It's a little goopy. Shine it from the side. Yeah, I don't think it warrants taking the whole thing out of the boat and cleaning it.
It's not causing it to overheat.
No. get a gander at this temperature gauge. It's coming down. It was at like 225. I mean, it was hot. We pulled over to the side of the road.
The side of
Turned
the
on our
road.
hazards.
So this is the side of the road.
Yeah, we didn't make it very far.
We didn't. We made it farther before it overheated the last 2 trips we did.
And I have flushed this thing. I have taken it apart. I've taken apart the heat exchanger. I don't know. The only thing I haven't done is, and that's the coolant side. That's the antifreeze side. Is the there's an oil and transmission fluid cooler connection to the heat exchanger, but that's only antifreeze. That's not raw water. I'm thinking it's something in the raw water system because of it never did it until we got towed off that shoal and they shot up. We sucked up a bunch of mud.
Okay, I get that, but I think you need to think outside the box. So you've been on that for the longest time. Maybe you're being a little blinded by it.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Well, you got any bright ideas?
you're the engine guy.
Well, then,
I'm here to throw out the ideas and to maybe spark something you hadn't thought of.
well, as soon as this thing cools down, I'm going to take a wrench to that wet muffler and see if maybe there's a blockage in there that ain't allowing water to come through on the raw water side. Continuing on downstream is if that's all sedimented up, I thought I cleaned it out.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
I've flushed the antifreeze side, but I haven't really hooked up a hose and flushed water through the raw water side. Raw water only goes through the heat exchanger, it doesn't go into the engine block, so it's not like, I already took the end caps off and cleaned out the heat exchanger. Those little tubes look like a honeycomb.
All right. Well, so here we sit. I think we motored for what, 15 minutes?
Shit, if that.
Well, yeah, and probably 10 minutes.
To get out of the slough.
Yeah, 10 minutes of that was just at low RPM.
And
it
spit out the radiator cap. The cap on the
it did.
the header tank has a like 7 psi.
Yeah, there was smoke or steam coming out of the engine room.
It was definitely steam because when I reached down in there, everything was moist, like from humidity.
Okay. So we're still out here. We haven't actually started the engine again. Rich did take the open up the header tank, and it was actually dry. We don't know if some of that is from the spillover when it overheated.
I don't know how it would have drained the entire header tank.
Yeah, because it was quite a bit of water that we had to add to it. So the next thing we're going to try, and we don't know why this would even be an issue, but we don't know what else to do.
It hasn't been an issue before.
Our engine heats the water heater while we're motoring, so we're going to take it out of the loop and just see if we get, I don't know, better flow, something. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's what he's doing right now.
If I can. Well, the engine's still overheating, but we found a place to tuck in, and we're out of the main channel traffic up there where all the heavy boats just been battering us around. We let the engine cool off, fired it back up, it overheated real quick. We're gonna have a heck of a time getting in tomorrow. But we're in a real narrow slough, and we threw out a stern anchor, and now I'm gonna set the new bridle.
Can't really see it. That crane right there is the entrance to our slough. So we're not even far.
It's all misty out here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real. She's just really wondering. She's really enamored with.
Mount Diablo.
She's really enamored with that slime hanging off our anchor.
That's funny.
There's Mount Diablo. Yeah, it's not very clear today.
Sun hasn't even come up yet. Look at that current coming off of it.
Oh, there must be a big chunk on there.
Yeah, look at that.
What you doing?
Getting ready to... Just getting ready in preparation for getting rid of the stern anchor. Getting out of here. This is all the shit that walked up on our rope overnight.
Maybe that's why we can't pull the anchor in.
Could be. There's 300 pounds of greenery on it.
Seriously. Is the dinghy okay?
Yeah. It's a trick.
Jeez.
Yes, I'll tell you, these porkers really stick.
So we set a stern anchor, and then we couldn't get it up. So we had to take the dinghy and go get it. He had to go basically drive it backwards to get it loose. It's pretty much slack tide because
It's very slack tide. I'm
Yeah.
not even moving now.
Yeah, that scared me when you almost fell off.
That's something.
Safety first, dude. Put the frickin' thing on your wrist or your ankle or something. Just weeds?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all wrapped around our
Oh my
rudder.
god. Yeah, all the stuff that came forward. Or that went in the current. Holy crap.
Yeah, it just won't go around, isn't it? Okay, well, I just need to get some lubricant and change out this bad boy.
Let me look at this one.
Yeah, totally. I gotta find some tools.
None of them are broken off. You tested the alternator water pump, which is this one, right?
Yeah, I loosened the alternator belt to the point where I could hand rotate the freshwater pump. That's the coolant side with the antifreeze in it. It spins really easily, and I read on the interwebs that there's supposed to be some resistance with that pump.
Oh, is that the right silicone? I mean, that's what I would use to do the gaskets on the
It's
windows.
siliconide. Maybe that causes it to erode and rot. So this is the old one. That's a new one.
Doesn't look bad. Is that supposed to be there?
We changed the raw water impeller, and that didn't seem to fix the issue. Engine's still overheated, so we called Boat US. We have unlimited towing. They put us right into our slip. I'm going to take out the thermostat and check the header tank and probably disconnect the engine oil cooler and also open up the exhaust manifold. So we'll see if I can find any sort of cooling blockage in that area.
The saga continues.
Indeed.